Okay, so we're going to have a little look at trying to fix background noise using something called a gate. Now this is a little bit trickier and it might work quite well, it might not. It's all about trying to find a sweet spot and seeing if you can pull it off. So how do I apply this gate to a track? Well, first thing to do is to decide which track we're going to try and gate and solo it so we can only hear that track. So remember, S stands for solo. And I've got Danny here talking. I'm going to come back over to my editor, let Danny talk for a little while.
My wife, whatever's on TV, I'll watch it, and that's what and that's what I'm like. And that's how it is. But when Steve Cooper took over and I went, bloody hell, if he's going to go, I'm like,
okay, so we can hear Danny. He's a little bit quieter than I need him to be able to hear exactly what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm temporarily going to turn this track up, but I've got to remember to turn it back down. So temporarily turn this track up.
Yeah, 17's right.
17's
making him
cool.
louder and making it a bit easier for me to hear what's going on. I've also temporarily taken that pan off, so it's in both headphones equally. I've got to remember to put that pan back on. So,
Coach
Did he take
Liverpool,
Swansea into the playoffs?
Swansea into.
Two
I'm like,
seasons in a row.
now what I'm going to try and do is use this thing called a gate to get rid of some background noise. What is a gate? A noise gate? It's very simple. It's like a bouncer. It says, if you're above a certain volume, I'll let you through the gate. You can come in through the gate and we will hear you. If you're below a certain volume, you're not going to get through that gate and you're just not going to be heard. So what we're asking a gate to do is cut out the very quietest noises automatically for us. Now, as we did when we added the multi-gain compressor, I'm going to click up here, but this time I want to add this effect just to Danny. Not to the master track, just to Danny. Another reason why it's important to label the tracks. So I'm going to go to amplitude and compression, and I'm going to pick out dynamics, and in there is Autogame. Now, what will probably happen when you try to play this clip back is you won't be able to hear anything, which obviously you'll think, well, this is rubbish, I've broken this. But all it is that we've set the threshold far too high. The threshold is the level of sound which can get through the gate. And at the moment, we've made it like it has to be really quite loud to get through the gate at all. So this red light is telling me that nothing is getting through. So turn that threshold down, round at about 30 decibels.
like,
I can start to hear bits of audio getting through. But obviously, as you can hear, it's very, very choppy. If I bring that threshold down again to around 40.
You know what I mean? I'm thinking Steve Cooper's done a fantastic job. Like Rooney doing it at Derby. I know people don't like Derby, but
most people so most sound is able to get through that. But it's still a bit choppy, so I've got to bring it down again. Now at 45.
But there were 12 debuts like that, isn't it? 21-point deduction, and they took
now,
him to like the
George
last
and Josh, it's cutting a lot out. But I'm not bothered about George and Josh,
They said they'd be
actually.
fighting for the top off.
Genuinely not bothered about George and Josh.
Because they had no players and they've had to go through the academy as well.
If they would have done that great escape, I think that would have been one of the best achievements the manager's ever done.
Ever.
So that seems about right for Danny. Don't worry, that's making George and Josh a little bit choppy. We can come back to that later. Okay, so I'm going to on-solo that, and I'm going to go through exactly the same process with Josh. So I'll click solo here. I'll temporarily put them in the middle of the panning, and I'll temporarily turn them up. And I want to find a patch where Josh is actually doing quite a lot of talking. So
I can remember.
this seems like a good place to start. Again, I'll add my amplitude and compression dynamics. I'll click auto gate. Straight away, as I play back, again, nothing is getting through.
We faced, my debut was against Derby away. Smashed us 5-1.
Minus 39.6.
Yeah, no, actually.
He's still a little bit choppy.
We're not going to talk about that. They smashed us 5-1, right? And their coach was so on it. Literally from the minute, and he was telling